Please come into a comfortable seat. You can sit on your heels or cross-legged, but sit tall. The spine is long, crown of the head reaching up to the sky. The sitting bones grounding down to the floor. Soften the shoulders, back of the neck is long. And find your breath. Finding your ujjayi breath. And then slowly begin to lean forward. Coming up on your tippy toes, lifting the heels up. Stay in a low squat, taking a nice deep inhalation, arms out to the side, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bringing your hands to the heart center. And pause here, maybe you can lift your hips up an inch from your heels. And then lowering the hands all the way down to the floor, lift the hips all the way up to the sky, downward facing dog. Bend your knees deep, lifting the sitting bones straight up to the sky. Press down firmly to the bottom of all 10 fingers, and then come forward to top of the push-up, plank pose. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees deep. Bring your feet together at the center of your mat. Inhale, float the right leg up behind you. Exhale, begin to open up the hip, bend the knee so that you can really lift the kneecap straight up to the sky. Rotating the ankle, inhale. And exhale, draw the knee towards your chest. Then take the knee towards your left elbow and then cross that leg all the way underneath your body, coming into a nice little twist right here. Both legs are straight, if you can keep them straight. Inhale and exhale, taking that right leg back behind you. Three-legged dog and downward facing dog. Inhaling, floating the left leg up behind you. Bend the knee, open up the hip, lifting the kneecap towards the sky. Rotate the ankle if you like to. Exhale, draw the knee towards your right elbow and then cross that entire leg underneath your body. Both legs are as straight as you can keep them, lifting the torso up. Tucking your back toes under, lifting the left leg straight up behind you, three-legged dog and downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Inhaling Ardha Uttanasana, exhaling Fold Uttanasana. Stay in your Uttanasana for a moment, releasing the head. Inhaling, bringing your hands to your hips, lifting yourself all the way back up. Inhale, reach up. Exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, taking your left leg back behind you, bring your left knee down to the earth. Reach your fingers straight up to the sky, Anjayanasana, low lunge. Exhaling, bringing your right hand on the inside of the left foot. Pick up your back knee into a gentle twist, twisting your body to the left. Spin your back foot flat, your left hand reaches up to the sky into side angle pose, extended side angle pose. Exhale, bringing your left arm all the way down to the earth. Taking your right leg back behind you, lift it up, three-legged dog, then downward facing dog. Floating the left leg up behind you. Inhale. Exhale, draw the left knee towards your chest and lightly slip your left foot in between your hands. Lifting the torso up. Begin to bring your right hand on the inside of the left leg and twist your torso towards the left. Exhaling, lower the arm down, spin the back foot flat, lifting the right arm all the way overhead to extended side angle pose. Exhaling, bring the right hand all the way down to the earth, taking the left leg back behind you, top of the push-up, bottom of the push-up, upward dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, bend your knees, exhale at the bottom of your exhalation, float or step your feet to meet your hands. Inhaling all the way up, reach up or Bahastasana. Exhaling, hands come to the heart center. Inhaling, reach all the way back up. Inhale, exhaling, fold forward from your hips, Uttanasana. Inhaling, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, fold and step your left foot back, your right foot back, top of the push-up, plank pose. Coming to your tippy toes, exhale, lower to bottom of the push-up. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, floating the left leg up behind you. Exhale, draw the left knee towards your chest and lightly step your left foot in between the hands. Spin your back foot flat and lift your torso up into warrior one pose. Exhaling, warrior two pose. Spread your feet wider if you need to. Step that right foot back so your heel toe arch. And inhale, turning your palms up, reaching your left arm back behind you. Exhaling, bringing your left forearm to your left thigh, reaching the right arm straight up to the sky. Extended side angle pose. Internally rotate the top shoulder and see if you can find your left thigh, reaching the left arm in front of you. Maybe lift the left heel off the ground. And slowly begin to straighten the left leg and pour yourself into triangle pose, reaching the right arm straight up to the sky. Inhale and exhale, lower your gaze all the way down to the earth. Bring your weight to the left leg, lifting the right leg up into ardha chandrasana, half moon pose. Bend the top leg and grab the inside edge of your right ankle with your right hand. Ardha chandrasana, chapasana. And slowly release out of the pose. Bend your left knee and very gently and gracefully land your right foot back on your mat, back into warrior two pose, reaching your fingertips back behind you. Exalt your warrior. Circle your hands all the way down to the earth and top of the push-up, downward facing dog. You can keep that left leg off the ground and then lower down to chaturanga and lift up into cobra, upward facing dog and down dog. Inhaling, folding the right leg up behind you. Exhale, the knee to your chest and step your right foot in between your hands. Spin the back foot flat, lifting your torso into warrior one. Exhale, open into warrior two pose. Turning the palms open, reach back behind you, exalt your warrior. Exhaling, bringing the right forearm to the top of your right thigh. Reach your left fingertips overhead to extended side angle pose. Maybe internally rotating that top shoulder, reach for your right thigh and then begin to reach your right arm in front of you. Maybe lifting the heel off the ground. Keep that and then slowly begin to extend the right leg straight, pouring yourself into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Your left fingertips reach up to the sky. Exhaling, bringing the left hand to your hips. Take your gaze forward, shift your weight forward, and float that left leg up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Your left fingertips reach straight up to the sky, maybe taking the gaze up. Bend the top knee and see if you can grab the inside edge of your ankle, Ardha Chandrasana, Chapasana. Pause here for a moment, inhale and exhale. Release that top leg, bend the right knee, and then gently and gracefully land on your back leg, coming into warrior two pose. Reaching behind you, exalt your warrior, and then circling your hand all the way down to the earth. Float the right leg up behind you. Keep the right foot off the ground if you can. Come down to chaturanga, dandasana, lifting up to cobra, upward dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. At the bottom of your exhalation, gently float or step your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, fold Uttanasana, and then lifting your torso all the way up to the sky in Tadasana. Pause here for a moment. Bring in your right hand to your belly, your left elbow to your rib cage, turn your palm up, bend the left knee, bring in your left foot behind. Grab the inside edge of your left foot, ankle with your left hand. Gently begin to reach your right arm up as you press your left ankle into your left hand. Begin to lift the shin away from you so you can come into dancer pose, natarajasana. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, release out of the pose, tadasana. Bring in your left hand on your belly, your elbow to your rib cage, your right elbow to your rib cage, palm up. Lift that, bend the right knee and lift the ankle up and see if you can grab the inside edge of your right ankle behind you. Inhaling, lifting the left arm straight up to the sky. As you press your ankle into your hand, hand into the ankle, lift the shin away from the hip, lift up into your natarajasana, dancer pose, and then slowly release. Bringing your feet down together, tadasana. Inhaling, reach all the way up, Ardha Hastasana. Exhaling, fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, taking your left leg back, right leg back, top of the push-up. Exhaling down to bottom of the push-up. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the right leg up behind you. Exhale, draw the right knee towards your chest and lightly step that foot in between your hands. Inhaling, coming up into warrior one pose. Exhaling, open into warrior two pose, Virabhadrasana. Turning the palms open, inhale back behind you, exalt your warrior. Exhaling, bringing your right hand behind your right foot, reaching your left arm up into extended side angle pose. Maybe you can do the same arm movement as you did before, maybe lifting the right heel off the ground. Maybe you have a bind in your practice and you can find your fingertips behind you. Slowly begin to straighten that right leg. If you can keep the bind into Trikonasana with the bind. And then release the bind, shifting your weight to the right foot, lifting your leg up into Ardha Chandrasana one more time. Bending the top knee, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, Ardha Chandra Chapasana. And then keep pressing your hand into your foot and then just bring your torso all the way back up to Natarajasana, dancer pose. Slowly begin to release your foot, bringing your left knee towards your chest. And as you exhale, take that left leg back behind you into warrior two pose. Inhaling, reach back behind your exalted warrior. Circle your arms all the way down to the earth. Your right leg floats back behind your three-legged dog, coming into top of the push-up, bottom of the push-up in upward dog and cobra, downward facing dog. Floating the left leg up behind you, inhale. Exhale, draw the left knee towards your chest and step your left foot in between your hands, warrior one. Exhaling, open your body into warrior two. Turning the palms open, reach back behind you, exalt your warrior. Exhaling, extended side angle pose. Your left hand comes behind the left ankle or your foot. Your right arm reaches above your head. Maybe your top arm can come into a half bind. Maybe you can bring your hands into a full bind and see if you can find your fingertips behind you. Lifting your torso up, chest is up. Slowly begin to straighten the left knee. If you can keep a bind, stay there. Your torso is lifting up. Create a back bend here. And then release the bind. Shift your weight forward into Ardha Chandrasana. Bending the top knee, grab the inside edge of the back foot, lifted foot, ardha, chandra, chapasana. Then keep pressing your hand into your foot and begin to lift the torso up into natarajasana, dancer pose. Take a nice deep inhalation, exhale, release your right foot. Bring in the right knee to your chest, step the right foot way back behind you into warrior two pose. Reach back, exalt your warrior, and circling your hands all the way down to the earth. Taking your left leg back behind you, three-legged dog, downward facing dog, inhaling to cobra upward dog, exhaling to downward facing dog. Pause here for a moment, bend the knees deep, look between your hands and gently float or step your feet to your hands. Inhale halfway up, exhaling forward, Uttanasana. Coming all the way down, have a seat, please. Your legs are stretched out in front of you. Find your sitting bones and sit tall so your spine is tall. This is a very active pose, Dandasana, staff pose. And then draw the left knee towards your chest. You can let the left knee go out to the sides. And I'm going to give you variations here, so feel free to do any of the variations that you like. You can just fold forward on top of your right stretched out leg. This is called Janushirshasana. If you like to experience another variation, you can bring your left foot into half lotus, but be careful that there is no pain in that left knee whatsoever. And then you can fold forward. And yet another variation would be to bend your right knee, keeping your left leg into half lotus and bending the right knee, and then internally rotate the right shoulder and see if you can take your hands behind you and find the bind behind you. Find your fingertips on your lower back and then folding forward. Exhale, release any tension. Please make sure that there is no pain in your knees whatsoever. Extend the right leg out. You can stay here and just do a gentle twist to the left, or you can bend the right knee back. With your left arm, you can find your left toes behind you, and your right hand comes right underneath the left knee. Bharadvajasana, you see the twist. Taking your gaze over to the right shoulder, and then gently release out of the pose, extending the left leg straight, right leg straight. You can lean back just a little bit and wave your legs side to side, wave your ankles side to side. Sitting back in your Dandasana, draw the right knee towards your chest and choose any of the variations that you did on the other side. So either Janushirshasana, bring in your bending your right knee, bring the inside, the sole of your right foot towards your inside of the left, and then just fold over the left leg. Or you can come into half lotus on that right leg. If you have lotus in your practice, make sure that there is no pain whatsoever in that right knee. And then folding over the left leg. If you want a little bit more, you can bend the left knee. Bringing your left arm inside the left knee, and then see if you can find your fingertips behind you, folding over. And slowly begin to lift the torso back up to the center. Extend the left leg straight if it's not already. And then you can just do a nice twist to the right. This is perfectly fine. If you like a little bit more, you can always bend the left leg back behind you into half virasana on the left side. And then lifting the right arm behind you, see if you can find your right toes And your left hand comes across your body, putting the palm down onto the floor, and begin to really lean into that right side. Your gaze comes over the left shoulder, and then gently begin to straighten both legs once again. And we're going to lie down all the way on our back. Bend the knees, putting your feet flat on the floor, palms are open. Just pause here for a moment. And then have your knees and feet be parallel to each other. With your inhalation, begin to lift the hips up into bridge pose. You can lift the heels up and find your upturned hands and put your heels on your hands like they're open palms. Your heels can go on top of your hands. Keeping the hips up, inhale, and exhale, lowering down one vertebra at a time. You can continue practicing that bridge pose, or you can come into wheel pose, ardha dhanurasana. So putting your hands right next to your ears. Press down firmly to the bottom of your feet. Inhale, lift the hips up, come to the top of your head. Just gently, lightly touch the top of your head. And then as you continue, press your hips all the way up to the sky, keeping the knees and feet parallel to each other. Maybe you can lift the heels off the ground and walk in towards your shoulder just a little bit. Stay here for 4 or 5 breaths, and then exhale, begin to lower down one vertebra at a time. Resist the temptation to draw the knees to your chest. Just stay here, let the knees come together towards each other, and just relax. Pause. We're going to do one of those options one more time. So either just a regular bridge pose, you can either lift the hips up, or you can turn your palms up and step on your palms with your heels, or you can come into ardha dhanurasana, wheel pose. So whichever you prefer to do, choose right now and be very kind in your choice. Be kind to your body. If you choose to come into the wheel pose, your hands go right next to you. With your inhalation, lift the hips up, gently touch the top of your head to the ground, and then lifting the hips all the way up to the sky, maybe lifting the heels up. Walk your feet towards your head a little bit more. Stay there for at least 3 or 4 breaths, and then slowly come all the way back down. Your hips are last to come down. This is such a big pose. You can put your hands on your heart space, or you can have your left hand on your heart and right hand on your belly. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees go out to the side, and just pause here. Feel yourself letting go as your practice begins to quiet down. Just breathe. Feel the pulsation in the palms of your hands and your heart, even in your belly. And gently begin to bring the knees back to the center. Cross your right knee over to the left knee, like you're sitting cross-legged on your back. And shift your hips over to the left, and let your knees come over to the left into a long supine twist. Your right arm can reach above your head. If you like to, you can straighten both legs. So with your left hand, you can grab the outside edge of your right foot. And maybe if you like to, you can lift your head and shoulders up, and your right hand finds your left ankle into what's called a cat pulling its own tail. Then release out of the pose, coming back to the center. Pause here for a moment. Taking your left knee over, cross your left knee over, and then let your knees come over to the right. You can do any of the variation you did on the other side. So either begin to straighten that top leg, your left leg, or maybe you want to come into the cat pulling its own tail pose. So grab your left ankle, the bottom ankle with your left hand. I'm sorry, grab the right ankle with your left hand. The right ankle with your left hand. Cat pulling its own tail. And I'm not sure why this pose is called that. But slowly begin to release out of the pose. Coming back to the center. Maybe windshield wiper your knees a little side to side to adjust your back. And then we're going to come into our final pose, Shavasana. Allow the shoulders to be soft. The belly is soft. Hips are soft and relaxed. Back of the knees are soft. Your calves, your feet, everything is sinking onto the earth. The back of your scalp. Have everything be soft and relaxed and smooth. Just releasing any tension that you may have picked up throughout the practice. Let it go. You can rest in your Shavasana for as long as you like to. I highly suggest that you rest here for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. If you're ready to come out of this pose, begin to inhale through both nostrils, exhaling out through the left. Inhale through both nostrils, exhaling out through the right. And if you feel that you need more groundedness, do that a couple more times. And slowly begin to reach your fingertips above your head. Stretch your entire body. Slowly draw the knees to your chest. Roll over one side and just rest for a moment. And as you rest for a moment, begin to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. If you're not being mauled by a couple of vicious dogs, come into a comfortable seat. Come up here, Kuchulu. Bring your palms together and let's say Namaste.